Hey, what's up guys, it's Ray Brizzy of Lucky Cat Beats, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a Bad Bunny type beat. Let's get to it. Alright guys, so I'm making a Bad Bunny type beat, but the crazy thing about this beat is that actually it is also a bachata beat, which, I mean, I've never done this before and I never flipped it, but I think it sounded pretty cool. I'm going to just play the loop that I got, and then I'm going to show you guys where I got the loop. Alright, so I'm gonna show you guys where I got the sounds from, and I actually got it from Splice. Alright guys, so the sample that I got is called Diaspora, and it's called Quinto, Melodic loop. And this is the full loop that I got, and I'm gonna just play it for you guys. So that's just more of the intro of the song, and then it goes into this guitar. And so what I practically did, I just used, I kind of acted like that was a sample, and then I went into the guitar, and I used a stop tape at the very beginning, and you guys can hear it. Let me play it for you guys again. And so the main reason I made it sound like a sample is because I wanted the song to sound like a sample, and it just makes it sound that much more authentic and original. But yeah, and then after that, I just grabbed the loop of the lead bachata guitar, and then I just made it, I slowed it down with Halftime by Cable Guys. And yeah, this is what it went into. Let me play it for you guys. And let me play it to you guys without halftime. So I'm gonna go ahead and mute all the effects. So that's without the halftime. It sounds really bad without it, but with halftime it sounds a lot better. Makes it like a little bit more gritty, like a little dirty, and I kind of like that sound. And then after that, I just ended up adding a reverb to it. And then after that, I just added this little like EQ, just to try to make it a little bit wider and whatnot, but that's all I really did for the melody. And yeah, let me show you guys what I did for the drums. And I don't know why this thing is not snapping, bro. Here we go. And then I just kind of copied, if we go and listen to the very beginning of the like sample that I made. What I did, I ended up taking out some of the sounds at the very beginning of it, and I just did a low pass filter and then a high pass filter that kind of took out the bass in the loop. What I ended up doing for the 808, I ended up following kind of the same the same bass notes, and the reason I did that is because bachata, like the bass is a little bit different. The bass sounds are a little bit longer, and they're kind of weird. So let me just play it for you guys so you guys can hear it. So like you guys can kind of hear, the 808s aren't like really like trap-ish, but they are more bachata than anything else. And so I kind of wanted to make that mix between bachata and trap a little bit closer than most people would have done it. And I think it sounded pretty good this way. And then I practically copied the hi-hats that they had in the sample. And so they sound like this. And then I went to the snare. And then the only main difference that I really did for the song was I switched up the 808. And let me play for you guys the 808. And then the way that I ended the song was I went back into the sample. So when the chorus kind of ends, I switched it up real quick. So let me play it for you guys. And so when I cut out, or when I tape stop the guitar sample, I end up fading in the original sample of the bachata, and then it just goes straight into it. And the other thing that I did, I also took out the hi-hats. I only kept the 808 and the snare. And then when I brought those back in, since the original sample was kind of like low pass and high pass, I did the same for the drums. So it's so that it's kind of more like in sync and it sounds more synchronized instead of one standing over the other. It's kind of like you're kind of leaving the scene. And so that's kind of what I wanted to do with the beat. And let me play it just one more time for you guys. And the other reason why I took out also most of the drums, like the hi-hat and this, mostly just the hi-hats, was because they would have competed with the sample, and I didn't really want it to compete with the sample. You want to make sure everything kind of like blends in together. And so yeah, but the next part that I'm going to talk about, besides, you guys already saw where I got the samples, but I'm going to show you guys what drums that I used, and then also what 808s if you guys are interested. Alright guys, so for the first 808, I ended up using this one by Sublab. It's called Clyde Glide. Make sure to check it out. That one is a little bit more different. It feels a little bit more fuller than the other one, but that's what I used for the verse. And then the second 808 was, I called it the Baby 7, but it was a free sample pack that I found on YouTube. Just make sure that you type in the Baby 808s or free the Baby drum kit, and you'll probably end up finding it. But yeah, that's what I used for the chorus 808. All right, and then for the hi-hat, I used this close gelato hat. I did pitch it a little bit down just to make sure it kind of fit a little bit better with the beat, but that's what I did for the hi-hat. And then lastly, for the snare, I ended up using this LSL snare fuzz trap. And yeah, I wanted to go for something a little bit different than what I usually do for the drums, just to kind of switch it up. Alright guys, so that's all I really did for this beat. I'm Ray Brizzy of Lucky Cat Beats, helping you get to your next lucky breakthrough moment in music. Take care guys, peace.